this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a fabulous day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are committed to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. Well, the Black Wife Effect trend on social media is generating a lot of discussion among black people, especially young black people, male and female, and it's bringing out different kinds of reactions, and it's bringing about deeper conversation about the black wife. Now, there is a saying that has been going around for years that is attributed to the white billionaire Ben Horowitz, who is married to a black woman, and that he said that black wives are for grown-ups, which is absolutely true. Nobody can really track it down. The first time I heard it was from the South Sudanese social media influencer, Kola Booth. She said it years ago. They know who said it, but nobody knows where he said it and to whom he said it to. So let's just go with the idea that he's right, that black wives are for grown-ups. There seems to be a misconception that he's talking about only white men can be grown-ups, and therefore only white men can appreciate black wives. And see, that's what the misconception and the misunderstanding is. If he said black wives are for grown-ups, he didn't say black wives are for grown-up white men. He said, if he said it, black wives are for grown-ups. So I'm going to wholeheartedly agree with whomever said this. Black wives are for grown-ups. But I also want to make it clear that the men who have been the most grown up to black women are black men. The black men who have been with black women all the time and will always be with the black woman, they are the grown-ups, going all the way back to when black people could hardly make a living. The black man did what he could for his family and kept his family together. That's a grown-up. So I don't care what the Moynihan report says. I don't care what the U.S. Census Bureau says. I don't care what the Pew Research report says. Nothing will keep a real black man away from his family. He will do what he has to do to take care of his family and keep his family together. That is a grown-up. 30% of black men who are married to black women and raising black children are grown-ups. Those black men are grown-ups. I am married to a grown-up black man. The black men who are patrolling the Detroit area to make sure that black women can get gasoline and move around Detroit at night without being harmed by other black men, mostly, those are grown-ups. The black men who are going into these schools, patrolling the halls to keep these black boys mostly from fighting each other and disrupting the hallway so that everybody's scared to leave out of the classroom, those are grown-ups. Those are grown-ups. So there is a segment of black American men who have always been grown-up. They've had to be grown-ups. And were it not for the fact that there are black men who are grown up and have always been grown up, the black community would be in a much worse shape than it is already. To add context to the title, I came across this article from the Huffington Post entitled, "Their Eyes Were Watching, #Black Women Are for Grown-Ups." And their eyes were watching references Zora Neale Hurston's novel, Their Eyes Were Watching God. The article was written by Dr. Kamika Royal, who is a contributor to the Huffington Post. But this is what the article says. Stivona Rogers launches a campaign to inspire black women to share the fullness of black womanhood. This woman, Stivona Rogers, came up with this hashtag, Black Women Are for Grown-Ups. I'm going to summarize this article because it's a long article and I think the meaning will get lost in the sauce if I start going through all of these details. So I'm just going to bring the highlights from this article. In advancing the idea that black women are for grown-ups, she was inspired by two outstanding black American women, the late Dr. Maya Angelou, who was a former sex worker, United States Poet Laureate, university professor, and Oprah Winfrey's mentor. She was also inspired by the rapper Eve, who married a billionaire. She was also a former stripper and a self-proclaimed pit bull in a skirt who had been on a sex tape that was made public, and Stevona says that stirred something in her spirit. Anytime you're with a man and you're intimately involved with a man and he makes a tape and promotes it to the public, that really does something to the psyche and the morale of a woman, I'm sure. So Stevona took to Instagram, posted a picture of Eve glowing as she strolled down the wedding aisle with her new husband, and declared, "What any sister who walks in the fullness, intricacies, and contradictions of her black self knows, we are grown and we are for grown-ups, period." A womanist and wild woman, Stevie uses Stevona.com to celebrate the triumphs of our full black woman selves and to elucidate the injustices we cope with every day. In the center of ourselves and our communities, we are backbones, beacons, brave, and even mules. And Stevie sees and hails all our glory. Okay, so she is a serious proponent of black women. Black women are for grown-ups. I'm skipping about the article, but this is an interesting point. She says, black women have continuously been at the forefront of justice movements in this country, and I do believe affirmations like Black Girl Magic, Black Girls Rock, and Carefree Black Girls play a grave role in highlighting our confidence across age groups. But I wanted to create something that was exclusively for full-grown women. I recently saw a fierce black woman protesting in the Black Women Are for Grown-Ups tee, and it brought me so much joy. She has this Black Women Are for Grown-Ups tee, and she promotes her movement through these t-shirts. The article ends by saying we matter regardless, married or not, child-free or grandma. When we affirm that black women are for grown-ups, it means we live our complex, mighty, vulnerable selves, and we require the same of those with whom we interact. We will hold you accountable in our homes, on the job, in relationships, in our places of worship, and at our children's school. Black Women Are for Grown-Ups is more than a declaration. It sets a bar. It foretells whom and what you are dealing with before you meet the sister in the shirt. It's a litmus test. If you can't handle the woman who wears it, you may not be as grown up as you thought you were. We are not a game. Get your weight up and get right or get left. So Black Women Are for Grown-Ups is a hashtag started by a black woman. Now, men who are married to black women might well have gotten into it and taken up the slogan, Black Wives Are for Grown-Ups. Possibly that is what happened. But black wives are for grown-ups, and it really doesn't matter the race of the man. He needs to be a grown-up, because black women have not, through the ages, through the centuries in America, been able to be pampered or coddled or even understood all the time. But we still have to continue to grow and evolve, because that is what we're doing, evolving. And for a man who can't handle that, he might be grown up to somebody else, but he wouldn't be grown up for that woman, because our experiences are different from everybody else's. And so our experiences require the care that they require from a man. If you're not that man, if If you don't want to be the grown up for that black woman, all this woman is saying is keep it moving. If you can't hold me up, all you're going to do is hold me back. So, okay, y'all, let me know what you think about this Black Women Are For Grownups hashtag. Thank you for listening. Subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Share the video. And as always, have a great day.